Joe, that's a Hall of Fame terrible take right there.
No, it's not. It's true.
I really want to eat this piece of chicken right now.
Boy just choked. Straight women booty and let the ball go.
I literally
You,
Say
Joe.
what again?
Joe.
Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
LeBron James.
Puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound box. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Irving and Curry. One-on-one with Irving. Puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
Oh, yeah, but we'll get to explaining and debating in a second.
I just realized I got Celtics green on and I don't like it. I didn't realize I had green on. I did not wear it for the Celtics. That's for damn sure. There we go. You back.
I don't know what's going on here, Joseph.
You're back. Can you hear me? You back. I can hear you. I see you. You good?
I can hear you, but it just keeps looping.
Oh, I don't hear no looping. That's just you. That's just Will. That's Will's side. But I do got Celtics green on. I don't know why I had Celtics green on. I didn't realize it. Here go the Celtics about to, man. There you go. There you go.
I don't know if the intro kept looping for you.
It did not.
Okay, well that's fantastic because it just kept starting and starting and starting.
Did not have that
What are
problem.
we doing right now?
I
Okay,
did not.
fantastically. How we doing, Joe? How we doing?
I'm good. Just got home, but I was watching the game in the car. Not a very good driver doing that, but hey.
I was gonna say, Joe.
I had to watch the game.
We don't need to talk about that. You don't have to out yourself like that.
They don't know what car I'm driving or where I was.
These are all facts, Joe. These are all facts.
So
we've been on a little bit of a off schedule here lately. Some of that's my fault. Some of that's your fault. You know, it's all good. We got things going on. I've been out of town this past weekend, enjoying some Tampa weather, some Tampa golf, some Tampa environment. You know, I got to get away from Kentucky every once in a while, Joe. So
shouldn't be there in the
but
first
we're back.
place.
You ain't lying, but they pay me. So
that'll do it.
So since we've last been on, round 2 is completely wrapped. We got the conference finals on right now. You were mentioning as I was trying to get my connection reestablished, we got a tie game, 104-104, Boston Indy in game 1. So we're going to get into that series in a minute.
Ridiculous.
But first, Joe, I want your reaction to round 2. You can go series by series. If you just want to stick on one series that really kind of struck a chord, you know, maybe A minor, but take it wherever you want, Joe.
That was nice, though. Luka got that Josh Giddey out of there. I like that A minor, Josh Giddey. That was good. But no, Luka kept my prediction alive. I'm riding with the Mavs all the way. So I'm glad. I was happy about that series. They look really good. Defensively, they look good. And that's what's real surprising. I'm excited to see how they bigs match up against the Timberwolves, but we'll get into that in a minute. But for me, my biggest surprise for me is amount.
Not the biggest. We're not there yet. Just your overall reaction. We'll say biggest surprise, biggest disappointment for a minute.
Well, that was okay. That's fair. I was going to say that was going to be part of my reaction. My reaction is the Knicks. They lost like we expected them to lose. They got too tired and they didn't have enough bodies. And I thought that's what was going to end up happening. And that's kind of exactly what happened. The Pacers aren't a great team.
The Clippers are going to clip.
The Knicks
are going to nick, man.
Like I hate to say it, but Draymond Green was right. The Knicks was a fluke. They were set up like the Atlanta Hawks a couple years ago when Trae Young took them to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I won't quite go that far. They did get fortunate, you know, with Embiid potentially being. I can't really. I have this hard thing because everyone's doing this in the media where like, where the Sixers were like. All right, Embiid was healthy enough to be scoring like 30 and 40.
Man, he was like this, bro.
I get it. It didn't look the same.
He looked like this.
It didn't look the same, but at the end of the day, the production was like, I don't know if he's healthy, right? Quote unquote healthy. He might have just got his points a different way. Like I don't know that like his health really ended up being that much of a difference maker in the series. I thought other things kind of screwed Philly, but the Knicks just at some point too many injuries is too many injuries, right? Like Bogdanovich, OG misses a few games, which seemed like a big turning point in that series. Josh Hart getting hurt in Game 6. You know, like all those things start to Mitchell Robinson,
Let's-
like all those
let's-
things just start adding up, and it's like at some point, like when you're having to play your 10th,
Mhm.
11th, 12th person, it's probably not.
And
It's probably not.
I'm
gonna go well.
glad you didn't bring up Jalen Brunson's injury because
No,
that's
game was
some.
over.
And not even that. That's some BS, man. That man not hurt. He was playing with that fracture the whole time. He got stung a little bit when he slapped at the ball, and they was like, "Ain't no more point of you playing." Don't sit here and talk about he fractured his hand. That shit was already fractured throughout the series. The game was over, and y'all put his ass on the bench and instead of making him suffer that loss like his teammates did. I'm not buying that. Oh, he fractured his hand. He can't return. That was some BS.
My reaction, Joe. Ant is him. Ant is
I'm not
him,
going
bro.
there. I'm not doing that.
Ant is him. I
No
understand
way,
he didn't shoot
bro.
it very well in Game
Come on,
7,
bro.
but he did so many other things to help that team win that
Okay,
game.
that don't
and,
matter.
And what he did in Game 6.
If LeBron would have scored 16 points in a Game 7, nobody would be talking about the amazing defense and the key plays that he made.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You know it's true.
LeBron's gotten plenty.
Everybody
LeBron's
want
got
to
plenty of
put
credit for games where he did some
everybody
average
want to
shit,
put
okay?
Anthony Edwards on that level, that Michael Jordan level already. So let's criticize him like that then too. 16 points ain't gonna cut it.
That's fine.
That was
but
down
at the end
20.
of the day, if
We're gonna be real, yeah. If we watch the game, we're gonna be real about it. Those role players showed up and saved his ass. He did have some great. He did have a great fourth quarter, but they saved his ass. Absolutely.
They kept him right there, and they kind of started the run. But
bro, it was over when Rudy Gobert making step back fadeaways, bro. He made a fadeaway over Jokic. I was like, oh, it's over. That's game.
I can't.
That's crazy.
I can't take Rudy Gobert being on Anthony Edwards' team because I really want to root for Anthony Edwards, but every time I have to watch them play, I gotta watch his big dumb goofy ass out there do some shit like that. Bro, if I was a Nuggets fan, I'd have been so pissed. That moment right there, ball game.
Yeah,
I
it really was.
Yeah, he makes some bullshit like I just go home. Like,
man, can you imagine what are we gonna do if he wins a championship? You can't say nothing bad about him.
Defensive player of the year. Oh my god.
4-time.
My agenda will be the nastiest agenda out there.
I'm just saying it's gonna be Olajuwon, Wemby, Rudy. That's what it's gonna end up being. I'm just saying. Oh wait, Bill. I'm sorry. You gotta put Bill up there.
On this Kareem guy.
Yeah.
Shaq.
They don't have 4 defensive players of the year, do they?
Fine, they got a lot more points.
But do they got? I said defense. I was talking about defense only.
Man, Wemby ain't won yet, bro. Let's relax. I think
only rookie to make the first team all defense.
I think he will get them. I'm just saying, he ain't got it yet. All right.
Kareem didn't even make first team all defenses rookie year.
That's fine.
Neither did Olajuwon.
Neither did
Joe,
other
Tim
Duncan. I want to say
did David Robinson.
The second round is I am interested, and we're kind of seeing it play out right now. The Celtics have had such an easy path just in terms of the injuries that they've gotten fortunate enough to go on the other side of. Is that going to end up being a bad thing for them?
I don't think
is that going to allow because I kind of feel like that's how we're seeing this game 1 here.
Game 1's a trap game. Trap game.
Exactly. Like they kind of been off. Everything's
the Pacers
been a
just
little
got
too sweet
game
for
7.
them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like again, we know the Celtics are bound to do this not just once in a series, right? Game 1, they're usually on it.
They lost game 2.
If they end up giving a game away, the Pacers have been very good at home. The Pacers haven't lost at home in the playoffs. Now, again, they haven't played the Celtics.
But
I'm just saying that if the Celtics don't have as much wiggle room as I think that they believe they do.
I'm just saying game 2. They've lost the last 2 series. They lost game 2, and they still ended up only playing 5 games in the series. So I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised they lose game 1.
This is the first healthy team they've played, though. This is the first team that is.
Are they healthy?
Hopefully, will have their best player the entire time.
Yeah, are they healthy though?
I mean, all their players. Jimmy Butler's
You're
not
right.
sitting out. Donovan Mitchell's not sitting out half the
but
series.
they just came through game 7. I feel you.
Halliburton's playing. That's my point.
And he looks healthy.
Yeah,
he does.
Hey, the Pacers are exciting. I enjoy watching them play, so I am not mad at all that they've made it this far in the playoffs. And the situation amongst the playoffs without the place in the Eastern Conference has allowed this to kind of happen. I'm not mad at it.
I love how all the young guys have shown up and freaking just taken over the league. It's crazy.
Young players have been showing up. all over the place.
And you know
So
what
this
else
is
is
this is a
crazy?
good transition, Joe.
Before we
I want-
transition, Rudy Gobert. I'm just one more
Actually,
Rudy Gobert
perfect for
thing.
this caption. Biggest disappointment so far. Please talk to me about Rudy Gobert.
Top 15 highest paid players in the NBA. Only one player is left in the playoffs.
Yeah, this is very disappointing. Thank
That's
you, Joe.
Rudy Gobert. I'm just saying. I'm just.
No, that can't be right. That
It
can't
is.
be right.
Yes, it is.
No. Jaylen Brown's top 3. He has to be $300 million contract.
Not this year.
Oh, I see what you're
It's the
saying.
top paid this year.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck them.
I mean, Fred VanVleet is on that list. So I'm just. The NBA is weird. The NBA is
Yeah,
weird.
I mean, it's a matter of when you get paid, right? It's when you
Exactly.
Get paid. I get it.
Yep.
All right, but let's talk about the biggest disappointment so far. One stat that I heard today on ESPN, I forget which show I had on in the background, I think it was Get Up. All of the current players in the NBA that have won an MVP in their career eliminated. None are in the conference finals. Thought that was a cool stat. So that brings me to who has been the biggest disappointment. You can go team, you can go player, you can go coach, you can go referees, you can do whatever the hell you want here, Joe. I want to know who your biggest disappointment is so far in these playoffs. We can go back to the first round, second round, whatever round you want to go to.
You know what? I'm gonna get somebody you're not expecting me to say. And I'm gonna go with Buddy Hield. I forgot he was damn near in the playoffs with the 76ers. I'm just saying, with a hobble Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey balling, they should have been able to beat the Knicks if Buddy Hield just showed up a little bit like he did when they made the trade to get him for another shooter is what they needed, and he did not show up. He D'Angelo Russelled the 76ers.
My man waited all the way till Game 7 to start.
Exactly, start making shots. So, man, I really think if they should have been able to beat the Knicks if Buddy Hield shows up, because that's I would say 15 to 20 points that they could have had, because he's a lethal shooter. He just is so inconsistent, and he really hurt them. Damn, shoot, put Tobias Harris on there that list too. Nowhere to be found. Put his ass on that list too, because if they both of them show up, they win that series, and then who knows what happens when they play the Pacers.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm gonna go, and I hate to do this because it was a good season overall, but we're talking about disappointment just purely in the playoffs. I got to go Oklahoma City Thunder. I thought they played a terrible series in that. They
weren't ready, bro.
The one thing that I saw that I just did not really expect from them, because I thought they were well coached. You got Coach of the Year, right? They fell into the same shit that the Mavericks do, and they allowed the Mavericks to get away with it, is play so much ISO ball. The ball stopped moving, and they got hung up on the whole Josh Giddey. He wasn't playing very well, but the one thing about Josh Giddey with their offense, he doesn't hold the ball. It keeps moving. I thought SGA had a lot of moments where he kind of wanted to get into that solo hero ball, and I thought Jalen Williams also did that a little bit too much. And whenever the ball kept moving for them, just like the Mavericks, honestly too, whenever the ball was moving for the Mavericks, I can't call them disappointment because they won. When the ball was moving, they were good. The Mavericks couldn't really do much with them. But when you let them stick, and you just try and play one-on-one against DJJ and all those other guys, Daniel Gafford protecting the rim, Derek Lively protecting the rim, you're in for a long fucking game. And I was just disappointed that they kind of resorted to that. And then I have to talk about the coach at the end of Game 6, just completely ethering their chance to tie the game back up.
That was bad.
What are you challenging? What are you challenging?
That was a bad challenge. Yes,
I know he hit the ball first, but he clearly, while he still has the ball in his hands and trying to double clutch and get a shot up, clearly grabs his arm as he's trying to shoot. Like that, you were never going to get that call. So, okay, instead of burning your last timeout on a bullshit challenge, save the timeout. There was still, 2.5 seconds left. Worst case scenario, you're down by 2, right? If he would have made all 3 free throws. Instead, he makes the first 2 and then just purposely misses because he knows it's going to go off in the air. They're never going to get a shot up. You rob your team of a chance to win there or tie, and that's why it was just you had the coach of the year make just a terrible coaching decision. You've got who I thought, and I think you agreed with me, should have been the MVP in SGA.
Yeah.
try to be a hero instead of just doing the same thing that they've been doing all year to be successful. I was really disappointed in that series. I thought, they battled. They showed a lot of heart. Not going to say they quit or anything like that, but I just thought they could have played a much cleaner, much better series. So they're going to get my biggest disappointment. I was real close to going to Suns, but I can't blame him. I know Frank Vogel's not a good coach.
Exactly.
he's
That's
not.
why I was thinking the same thing.
I can't be disappointed from something that I expect.
Hey, yep. I was surprised they hired him. I was like, oh, I guess they think he's just going to coach defense.
Joe. Mike Budenholzer. Really?
That's not. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Apparently, I don't get it either.
So you just watched a whole series where your team couldn't fucking adjust at all during the series to make an adjustment and play better against the Timberwolves, and you're going to bring in the guy notorious for not adjusting within a series. That is mind-blowing to me.
But he has a championship.
Yeah, it's okay. Good. You're going to make the exact same mistake you made when you hired Frank Vogel.
Exactly.
Had a championship, right?
Yep.
Like, oh my God, Joe. I couldn't believe myself.
Dumb. It's pretty dumb. Of all the coaches out there, yeah.
I like the Lakers' entire list more than I like hiring Mike Budenholzer.
Hiring Mike Budenholzer, yeah, who's only been out for a year. Like, come on, bro.
There's a reason they fired him. They fired him for a guy that they were willing to fire midway through the fucking season, Joe.
That makes it worse. That makes it worse.
Come on, bro. What are we doing?
And he didn't even do any games, so I don't even know. He didn't even change his image. He didn't show us that he can actually read a game instantly and tell people how to make adjustments. He didn't do none of that. Just he knows somebody. I
swear, bro. Give someone new a chance before you do that. But whatever.
Hey, they're
gonna blow that team up after next year. They're gonna fail again, and they're gonna blow it up after the next year.
Well, everybody acting like Devin Booker wants to go to New York now, so
I don't buy that shit.
I don't either. Not buying it. Oh, look, I heard some crazy stuff today, which
talk to me.
Rumor mill on the NBA, which is crazy to me, because obviously this has to be tied to the Spurs. But apparently, teams are more interested in making a trade for Darius Garland than they are for Trae Young.
I thought it was Donovan Mitchell.
Nope, that's what I heard today. I was like, that's interesting. I like Trae Young pick and roll better with Wemby.
Hate that, Joe. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, Darius Garland's a better team player option for the Spurs, but could you imagine pick and roll with freaking Trae Young? And I mean, if Trae Young can make it look good,
I like both of them for the Spurs. I think they'd both be fantastic, just in a little bit different ways.
Trae Young did it with Clint Capella. I know he can do it with Dan Wemby.
I think the way that Trae Young would widen the floor, you have to pick him up so far outside the three-point line would allow for so much room for Wemby to operate that I think it'd be very hard to guard. I think Garland gives you a lot more defensively, and I think, again, is a little more of a team player. Yeah, I'm locked in on the same thing you're locked in on, Joe, right now. 27 seconds left with Indy up 3, and somehow Haliburton just falls down. But
they're frustrating.
I don't hate that move, though. Because what I'm assuming is the cost would be significantly less to get Garland than it would be Trae Young.
That's a good point. That's only a year apart.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like I think it's an interesting conversation.
I'm just surprised that teams were like, yeah, we'd rather trade for Darius Garland.
I'm just kind of surprised that the Cavs would even be offering him. But maybe that's not part of the conversation. I don't know. I'm not as privy to whatever you've been hearing. So whatever. Let's move on. Let's talk about this game that's going on right now, Joe. We got 10 seconds left. Indy is up 3, trying to steal game 1 in Boston. So I want to know what your take on this series is. If we want to try and hold out for these 10 seconds, see what game 1 does, and then make our prediction, that's good with me. If you just want to say fuck it, I don't care.
Oh well, I had the Celtics. Anyway. I had the Celtics in 5 anyway. I had them. To be honest, I wish we would have started earlier because I had them losing game 1. I had just thought the Pacers coming in from a game 7, only having 1 day off. I thought they just had the momentum. The Celtics have been sitting, they've been chilling, and you know what that means when we've seen them not be able to come out and be ready for a playoff game like they're supposed to be. So I thought the Pacers would take game 1, and then the Celtics win the next 4 because they haven't really had any adversity. They have 0 excuses. Porzingis will be back by game 3. They should win every game.
Saying game 4 now. They're saying game 4 now.
Game
for
4 now.
Brazilians.
Well,
that
that's
came out
crazy.
right before the game started.
Well, yeah, that was before they lost game 1. When they lose this game 1, he'll be back in game 3. But I think this is gonna be a frustrating ass series because it's two teams that can score a lot of points, but they do not make good shot selections. I don't care how many assists they got in the first half, 22 or whatever. There's so many times it's just frustrating watching these two teams play because
See,
they got a lot of potential.
I
They play
disagree
too
about the
fast.
Pacers. I disagree about the Pacers shots. I like in general.
Maybe it's not the shot selection. It's just
every
they
team
play
has
too
bad-
fast. So they play too fast. So they just make too many boneheaded mistakes where you're like, man, they're not winning no championship. The little small things,
Yeah,
like you said a minute ago, where
some of the
Halliburton just tripping
some of
and
the
falling.
turnovers
And,
that Indy has.
they play too
I'm just
fast.
like,
yeah.
what are we doing? The
What are you
ball,
doing?
like the ball, needs to stay in Halliburton's hands. He's the one person on that
Yes.
team that just he doesn't turn it over. I'm not saying he's a stick, but in terms of when we're gonna make decisions to like really push it, I want Halliburton making that decision every time.
Mhm.
I'm fine with Pascal dribbling it up, but in terms of like
Mhm.
the throw aheads and everything, Halliburton, McConnell, everyone
That's it.
else, just
Yep.
get it to one of them.
And then the Celtics are the Celtics, bro. They frustrating as hell.
I mean, look, I mean, I don't really know how this is not
A failure.
I'll tell you right now, if that was Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown trying to catch this ball right now, they're blowing the whistle so fucking fast to call a foul. But and then how
I don't know now in the playoffs right now with this.
No, it don't matter for
15
them.
seconds left.
For everyone else, I agree. For those two, they'll get it every time. Nonetheless, I'm gonna go Celtics in 6. I was gonna go Celtics in 6 either way. I figured they would get one of these first two in Boston,
I did too.
and then get one in Indy.
They
but
should
then I
have
think
though. They should have been
Hey,
swept.
look, it should be a sweep. That's how much more talented the Celtics are. And you know what I heard? I've heard all these people saying like, "Oh, well, the Porzingis thing. No, that's a really big miss for them." I don't want to hear that shit. Not in this
He only
round.
played what 46 games.
It's not even that, Joe.
I like they were
You
too
have
good.
Drew
It's not like
Holiday,
they needed
Jason
them.
Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Al Horford is still giving you solid minutes. Derek White is a fantastic role player. They got way too much to be talking about some fucking.
Porzingis out, man. Exactly. I agree. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I ain't trying to.
No way.
Get the fuck out.
No way. Jaylen Brown didn't. Man. Did. Oh, that's
on that one.
crazy. That's rough.
Yeah. Anyways, this game has been chaotic, and it's
That was
exactly
only
why
3
you can't
seconds they
trust.
took off the clock, though.
It's not
This
bad.
game is chaos.
Go game him, Hallie. Go game him, Hallie.
I'd give it to McConnell.
Nah, he's too short.
I was joking.
Never know with you, Joe.
I
know
was
what you-
joking. He's been balling though lately.
Nah, he has. Yeah. One last thing with the Pacers. I have to say this. Pascal Siakam pisses me off.
Zero moves. Dribble, spin. That's all I got.
He just looks so lost on offense sometimes, and I can't. I can't make sense of it, right? Like sometimes he plays fast, he plays direct, he just plays directly to the rim, and I love that. Or plays off the catch and shoot, pick and pop, all that. I love that. But when he gets starting to like going tween, hezzy, like relax. Know who you are as a player. You've been in the league for too long now. Know who you are as a player. It's not that. It's not that. Not that at all. But let's transition to the other game, Joe. Let's transition to the other series. We got Timberwolves. Hold on. Go in. Okay, we got OT. We got Timberwolves and Mavericks. Joe, you
ugly ass
obviously
shot.
you obviously had the Mavericks in your you had Mavericks Celtics as your finals prediction to start. So you're still alive. I'm assuming you're not wavering.
Hell no. I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous. I'm deaf. But mine is not even like analytical whatsoever. My thing is, I've seen Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert be knuckleheads. I think it's easy to go up against the defending champs and keep that mindset of, hey, we got to play perfect to beat this team, and we're going to prove something. I don't know how long they can keep that mindset. They playing the Dallas Mavericks. They probably feeling themselves a little bit. You saw how fun they had no problem making jokes and being all giddy and laughing after all those post game press conferences after the games they won. So I am worried about the mental fortitude of Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns. That's going to be interesting to see in this series, and that's why I'm going to keep my pick with the Mavericks. It's going to be really interesting what Gafford and Lively can do with those bigs. I know Luka going to do what he can do, but the Timberwolves do got a lot of people they can throw at him. Kyrie going to do it. I just think Kyrie needs to be the primary ball handler a lot of the times in this series if they really want to win. You can't get into a situation where Luka's playing hero ball because they can just shade too many of the big guys and just come over and help later. Or Ant will just sit there and play defense on Luka the whole time if Luka is going to decide to play one-on-one.
Well,
So I'm
Ant said
definitely
his
worried.
matchup's Kyrie. That's what Ant said. He said he's got Kyrie. He said he's locking that shit up.
Did he say that?
He didn't say he was going to lock that shit up, but he said he was going to take Kyrie.
He needed to. He better. Better be careful because I'm sticking with the Mavs versus Celtics because first of all, come on, bro. Tell me Adam Silver don't want that to be the greatest storyline ever. Can you imagine Kyrie coming back to the Garden, the TD Garden, it's getting booed, winning a game? Come on now. And Luka. Either way, it's going to be great because there's going to be a young superstar who's going to win their first championship. So it's going to be great either way. But I'm real worried about this series. This series can go in 7, but I'm sticking with the Mavs. And it's all because I just don't trust in Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. I just can't until they prove me wrong.
Timberwolves in 6. That's who I got. I'm riding with my man.
Jumping on the bandwagon, bro.
I ain't jump on shit. I've been on the bandwagon, man. Before the season, Joe, and you know that I'm certified.
That's true. That's true.
What I've noticed is since Ant's taken over as kind of the lead dog there, Karl-Anthony Towns still has his moments of being a little, being a little baby, playing a little soft. Same with Gobert. It's happening less frequently though, because I think they're following his lead. And there's no quit. There's no soft in Anthony Edwards. None. So
that's true.
What I'm going to be most interested in, Joe, what I'm looking for the most, because I have to imagine this will be the matchup, Derrick Jones Jr. guarding Anthony Edwards. That could be the series.
Ooh.
That could be the series right there. Can Derrick Jones Jr. stay out of foul trouble, 1, and 2, make it hard enough on him? The one thing that I'm concerned with for Derrick Jones Jr., I love him, former Heatle. I love Derrick Jones Jr. and his ability, everything he does. I'm worried that he is not going to be big enough, strong enough to handle how powerful Anthony Edwards.
He's long enough, but you're right. I don't know if
he's long enough. Now, if he can, and I know he will play it smart, he's going to try and make Anthony Edwards a jump shooter. We'll just can Anthony Edwards make enough jump shots? He's been shooting it really well in the playoffs for the most part.
9 Game 7.
Struggled a little bit down the stretch of that series, but did enough. And then, like you said, all those role players that they got everyone's been talking about Ant, but Naz Reid, Cat, Gobert. I mean, this is what killed me. This is what I knew.
Mike Conley.
Something had gone wrong with the mentality of the Denver Nuggets. In Game 7, they let Rudy Gobert draw 4 fouls in the first 2.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. They were in the bonus from like
that's crazy
9-minute mark, and it was all because they were hacking fucking Gobert. Like that, like I don't think the Mavericks will do that. And then the other thing that I'm watching besides obviously Derrick Jones Jr. versus Ant, foul trouble for Karl-Anthony Towns. What you gonna do, big fella? What you gonna do?
Something stupid.
We know he's liable to do it, right? Like we know he's got that. Oh, I'm gonna guard Derek Lively, who can't shoot a free throw at like barely above 50%. I'm gonna guard him 10 steps on the 3-point line and try and jump in front of him and foul him for my 3rd foul in the second quarter, right? Like we know those dumbass type of urges are gonna happen for Karl-Anthony Towns.
Sure.
So does that take him out of too many games, right? Like we know it's going to happen. So we got to see how that's all going to play out. I'm so excited for this series, though. I am so excited for like Celtics Pacers. I'm like I'm
Yeah,
excited only for the opportunity for the Celtics to get very, very, very disappointed. Like that always excites me.
that would be
But in
amazing.
terms of just like pure
They lose.
basketball and shot making and just enjoying the game, Mavericks and Timberwolves are going to be amazing.
Easily. It's go. I can't wait.
Oh,
I
it's
can't
going to
wait.
be amazing.
It's gonna be great.
It's going to be amazing. But all right, Joe, you know
Yes,
we on
sir.
this show. We choose love. We choose violence. What you got today?
You know what? I'm gonna choose violence. I'm gonna choose violence, and I'm gonna choose it on Michael Porter Jr.
Mm.
and KCP.
Mm.
Why couldn't you play like that against the Lakers? Because when I'm looking back at it, the top two, the AD, LeBron, Joker, Murray, they cancel each other out. D'Angelo Russell and the role players for the Lakers, all y'all do is have to do what KCP and Aaron Gordon did, and y'all may have won the series. But no. Y'all got outplayed by Michael Porter Jr. and KCP, and then they got beat down and punked by the Minnesota Timberwolves. I damn near forgot they was on the team. In that series, to be honest, I couldn't tell you nothing that they did. There's not one highlight I could tell you about KCP or Michael Porter Jr. in that last series whatsoever. But I can tell you a lot of stuff they did against the Lakers. So fuck Michael Porter Jr. and KCP, y'all. Man, I had the Lakers beating y'all, but y'all wanted to show out against the Lakers, but couldn't do it against the T-Wolves. I just don't understand. It's not like y'all had some people guarding y'all. They put all their defense in on stopping Murray and Joker, because Aaron Gordon even had a good game. Y'all couldn't have a good couple quarters? Man, ridiculous.
I do want to give a quick shout out. Jokic did play his ass off.
He did,
but
he also
his
he
team.
also
I'm kind of doubling down on the team, but going a different direction with my violence, Joe. I'm choosing violence on Mike Malone. That was some bullshit in that press conference. Attacking that reporter for asking a very fine question.
It was a simple
nothing
question.
wrong with that question.
What does it feel
You
like blowing
explain
a
the
20-point
emotion of
lead?
blowing a 20-point lead in a game 7. Yes, Mike, your team blew the fucking lead.
All right.
Sit up there and deal with the fucking consequence. And
He could have just said it.
I loved exactly what Shannon Sharp said. I think it was yesterday. You had no problem when you're doing all that keying
On the
people
Lakers.
wanted to ask if you and trolling the Lakers. You had no problem doing that. All right, sit up there and answer the tough question now that you lost. That was some soft fucking shit. That was some soft fucking shit. And I have no respect for that. No respect for that. Because again, if you want to talk shit, I got no problem with it, right? You know what?
But you gotta take it.
I'm taking a 2-for-1 on this one, Joe, because that just reminded me. I'm also gonna now choose love for the fucking Timberwolves for Anthony Edwards waving goodbye to the fucking crowd and Jaden Daniels trying to do the bounce alley-oop to himself at the end of the fucking game.
Oh, that was awesome.
Their little bitch asses home.
Yes. I wish you would have got that dunk off.
Doubling
Oh
down
my
on
goodness.
that shit.
I wish you would
Doubling
have
down
got
on
that dunk off.
Because that little crybaby ass coach want to be doing all that. Oh, look at the Lakers. Why you want to talk about the Lakers? Yeah, we're their daddy or whatever the fuck he said, right? All right. Your daddy's aunt now.
Right?
Your daddy's aunt in them Timberwolves now.
Beat
I
down.
don't want to hear that bullshit.
That's good.
Fuck him. Violence on him. Love on the Timberwolves. Keep talking that shit.